What if the thing that's been quietly breaking you down isn't the big stuff, the job loss, the breakup, the crisis, but the 10,000 small moments you never stopped to process? What if resilience was never about being strong? What if it was about something much quieter than that? We live in a world that celebrates toughness. Push through it, stay focused, don't let it get to you. And most of us have been doing exactly that, pushing, suppressing, moving on. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Emotions that are never processed don't disappear. They accumulate. Right now, mental health researchers are pointing to something alarming. According to the American Psychological Association, chronic emotional suppression is directly linked to higher rates of anxiety, burnout, and even physical illness. We're not struggling because life is too hard. We're struggling because we were never taught how to digest what life throws at us. Welcome to Calm Science, where we take the real psychological research and translate it into something you can actually use in your everyday life. No fluff, no toxic positivity, just honest, science-backed conversations about how your mind actually works. Today, we're diving into one habit, just one, that neuroscientists say can literally reshape your brain for emotional resilience. We'll talk about what it is, why it works on a neurological level, how to do it without it feeling like homework, and why most people who try it say it quietly changes everything. Let's start somewhere really familiar. You've had a rough day. Maybe your boss said something that stung, maybe a conversation with a friend left you feeling off. You get home, make dinner, scroll your phone, go to bed. By morning, you've moved on. Except, have you really? Most of us have learned to manage emotions horizontally. We distract ourselves, we stay busy, we talk ourselves out of feeling things. And that works, temporarily. But unprocessed emotion is like a browser tab you never close. It keeps running in the background, quietly draining your system, even when you can't see it. Here's where that one quiet habit comes in. And honestly, when I first heard about it, I thought it was way too simple to actually matter. The habit is this: reflective writing. Journaling, but not the Dear Diary kind. Structured, intentional writing about what you're feeling and why. 5 to 15 minutes. That's it. Now, before you roll your eyes, let me tell you what's actually happening inside your brain when you do this, because this is where it gets genuinely fascinating. When something stressful or emotionally charged happens, your amygdala, the brain's alarm system, fires up immediately. It floods your body with stress hormones. Your thinking brain, the prefrontal cortex, gets essentially crowded out. You become reactive. You can't think clearly because your brain is in threat mode. But here's what UCLA neuroscientist Dr. Matthew Lieberman discovered in a landmark study. When you put your emotions into words, when you write, "I feel anxious about being judged," instead of just feeling that anxiety in your chest, something remarkable happens neurologically. Your prefrontal cortex activates, and your amygdala quiets down. Scientists call this process affect labeling, and it's not just a psychological trick, it's a measurable physical shift in brain activity. The act of naming what you feel actually interrupts the threat response and hands control back to the rational, regulated part of your mind. But it gets even more interesting, because this isn't just a temporary fix. Research shows that people who journal consistently 3 to 4 times per week for as little as 15 minutes begin to show structural changes in the prefrontal cortex after just 8 weeks. Not functional changes, structural ones, visible on brain imaging. You're not just coping better, you're actually building a more resilient brain, layer by layer, word by word. And there's more to this story.
Because journaling doesn't just regulate your emotions in the moment, it also strengthens what researchers call your narrative identity. This is your brain's ability to make meaning out of your experiences, to weave your struggles into a coherent story, rather than letting them exist as scattered, unresolved noise. People with a strong narrative identity recover from setbacks faster, feel more grounded in uncertainty, and are significantly less likely to ruminate. And journaling is one of the most direct paths to building it. Now, here's the micro hook that changes how most people approach this habit. The quality of your journaling matters more than the quantity, and the key is specificity. Research from the Leadership Coaching Lab confirms that writing, "I feel bad," doesn't activate the same regulatory brain pathways as writing, "I feel frustrated that I'm not making progress on something that matters to me." The more precisely you name the emotion, the more powerfully your prefrontal cortex engages. Vague feelings stay vague. Named feelings become workable. So here's what this looks like in practice. You don't need a fancy notebook. You don't need a perfect time of day. You need 5 minutes and a willingness to be honest with yourself. Write about what happened. Write about how it made you feel, specifically. Write about what you wish had gone differently. That's it. No structure required. No grammar police. Just honest words on a page. I want to slow down here for a second, because what we've been talking about is bigger than journaling. It's about something most of us were never taught. The idea that your emotions deserve to be witnessed. Not fixed, not escaped, witnessed. We live in a culture that treats emotional pain like a malfunction, like something went wrong. But what if nothing went wrong? What if your pain is just information that hasn't been read yet? Resilience isn't about becoming someone who doesn't feel hard things. It's about becoming someone who knows how to sit with hard things long enough to understand them, and then, gently, without force, let them move through. The quiet habit of writing isn't about becoming more productive or optimizing your mornings. It's about giving yourself the one thing that's actually free and infinitely renewable, your own honest attention. You are not a machine running on willpower. You are a person carrying a lot, and you deserve a place to put it down, even just for 5 minutes, even just on paper. The most resilient people aren't the ones who feel less. They're the ones who've learned to feel more, with a little more grace. That's not weakness. That is the whole point. So here's what I want to ask you, and I genuinely mean this. Drop it in the comments below. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to just feel something fully, without immediately trying to fix it or move past it? I'd love to know, because I think a lot of us are quietly carrying more than we let on. If something in today's episode landed for you, if even one idea shifted something, that's the work. That's calm science doing what it's supposed to do. And if this kind of honest, science-backed conversation about mental wellness is something you want more of, come join us. Subscribe to Calm Science, and let's keep building this together, one quiet habit at a time.